It's been 2 weeks since Utah defensive tackle Keanu Tanuvasa announced he was leaving the Utes to become a Cougar. BYU's thrilled to welcome him to a defense where defensive tackle is a big need heading into 2025. Now, it caused some outrage on the Utah side of things, especially among fans on social media. Mitch Harper of KSLSports.com spoke with Keanu, giving him a chance to explain his tough decision.
How tough was that to leave that family at Utah? And I know it's a tight brotherhood up there, up on the hill. How difficult was that? And what kind of were maybe the factors that went into that decision to enter the portal?
That was, I tell my fiance all the time this has been the hardest thing I've done in my entire life up to this point. When I served a mission, it was that. When I was dealing with things during COVID, it was that. There's just been so many things, but up to this point, that was just leaving such an amazing connection was heart-wrenching. And I spent countless hours really on my knees trying to figure out what was best. What kind of factored into that was just the understanding of wanting to be the best version of myself. And I felt like I'd done that there at Utah, and I was that, but I wanted to kind of see and test myself and put myself through new challenges. I wanted to see how else I could bless my future outside of the football world with the connections and the family and really where I could push my mental and those types of things.
I'm curious, when you officially entered the portal, who was the first BYU coach to reach out to you?
Coach Boha was first. He recruited me out of high school right before I went on my mission. He was up at the U. We had developed a relationship in the time that he was recruiting me, and I knew him, his family, and so he was on it first.
How important were those relationships with Coach Bua, maybe Kalani Sitake as well, when you were a high school recruit and saying, I'm going to give BYU a look at here as I navigate the portal?
Those relationships are critical because, when you enter the portal and I'm blessed to have the status that I have, there was an insurmountable number of people that were throwing money, that were throwing what their program was, that were throwing who they were, and it was difficult to decipher between who someone really was, just because there was so much going on. And so the difficulty of understanding a coach who's behind the phone wasn't something that I had in certain places. I still knew coaches at Arizona, coaches at USC, UCLA, different places, different organizations. But I had a deep connection to definitely Coach Boha and Coach Sitake. Knowing both of those men for a long period of time that started in my recruiting, but has continued, through my college career. It's just that was something that was very necessary for me.